Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here, Week 7 Offsides on YouTube. We got
Easy on the ice.
Easy on the Ice. We're all still working on that name, so we're going to name, ladies and gentlemen. And then we also have Randy and myself, Mustache Mike, and we're here to go over some football stuff with you. Week 7, we're going to talk about some of the top games of the week. First and foremost, sad. I almost started crying yesterday. Denver versus Indy, and what an interesting game in many aspects. What do you think, Rolf, when watching this game? What do you think? Does Denver have a lot of holes, or is Indy that good?
I think Denver's defense definitely has holes.
Okay.
I think Peyton played fine.
Okay.
Everybody was ripping. I'm like, he looked fine to me. Just there was stupid mistakes, and Ronnie Hillman killed you.
Right. Yes. Hillman dropping the ball next to the goal line does not help.
Yeah.
When you're trying to win.
I think in that situation you put Monte Ball in.
Give Ball a shot, right? Do you think Hillman
His
will be
last name's Ball.
Do you think
That doesn't mean he'll hold on to it.
we're hoping he holds on to the ball?
Monte, hold on to the ball.
Yeah, no, that's not his name. His middle name is not hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball. No, that's not what his parents named him.
So,
I don't know why you put Ronnie Hillman there, though.
Right.
No, that made no sense.
Right. Now, do you let him go? Does Hillman still have a job with the Broncos? Yes or no? I mean, he has problems. He's had problems in the preseason, in the season, and we're in the season, and it definitely, you can almost say cost him a game. I mean, does he still have a job with the Broncos? Yes or no?
I think they'll give him a chance all the way up until he costs him a game in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I think they like him too much. They like his versatility. They think he's a young talent. No, Ronnie Hillman is probably. I think if he costs us another game somewhere down the road, then yes, he's gone. But they're going to give him another chance.
Give him a chance? All right. See if he maybe produces more than Glenn Milburn or something?
Well, there's a name from the past. Milburn. I don't remember Milburn having fumbling problems, but
this is true. Well, that's my point, though. When you have a running back in the NFL who has fumbling problems, usually they're not in the league for long after that.
Well, this is only his second full season.
Second full season.
I'll give him a little bit more of a. That game hurt, but not you don't win. Most teams don't win every game anyway. So
here's the thing to look at, though, is if you watch the way that Indianapolis played defense with that physical man-to-man.
Yeah.
And and Denver struggled with that.
They did. Very much
until Indianapolis started losing defensive backs, and then the backups were coming in, and then they were getting open.
Right.
What happens when they play Seattle in the Super Bowl?
If they can even get there.
Why do you got to bring that up right now? This is only week 7. Why are you looking so far ahead?
I'm just saying because I want to. That's a game I want to see.
Right.
But those corners are way better than Indianapolis corners.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Colts played a great game. I mean, they did a great job. Andrew Luck showed up, and he did phenomenal. Phenomenal. Especially kind of in this, Peyton built this place, and he did great coming out of the gate saying, well, I'm going to take it over and run with it now. The Colts, they look pretty good this year. They look pretty good.
I'm a Denver fan, but I still picked the Colts to win, and they did. So I'm happy with myself on that, and sad that I was right. So it's like, but I think Andrew Luck, like I have said, is the best young quarterback in the NFL.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you want, but he beat the undefeated Broncos.
He did a great job.
Who did Seattle lose to?
He beat the 32nd ranked pass defense in the league.
But those are junkyards.
Junkyard. All right, next game. Houston, Kansas City. Now, I watched quite a bit of this game, and it was interesting to see that Houston, they pretty much, you kind of look at this team, you saw them coming out limping to the field. I mean, Foster gets hurt in the game. Cushing, we just found out, season ending, broke his leg, LCL. I mean, he is gone.
That's Cushing.
Cushing. Yeah. So they come out limping anyway. Third string quarterback in Keenum. And they only lose by a point. So what does that tell us? Does it tell us Houston can be a championship caliber team to win their division, or does it tell us Kansas City is not that good?
It's a soft 7-0.
It's a soft 7-0.
Soft 7-0. Kansas City has not really dominated anybody. Their defense has kept them in the games. The sad part is that what this looks like is it looks like the Baltimore Ravens with Trent Dilfer.
Exactly.
That's what this looks like. That's what worries me about this is that this team is on that kind of run, and I'm really dreading when we have to actually face them.
Yeah.
Because that defense is better than the Indianapolis defense, and we got to go up against them twice still.
Twice, correct. That's correct. That's huge.
So, but the fact that Casey Keenum could keep them close enough to win still tells me you have a game manager as your main quarterback.
Yep.
And if he makes any mistake, that team should lose.
Right.
Kansas City still doesn't worry me that much on offense. They worry me a lot on defense.
Well, I can't believe it, but they are in charge of the AFC West right now. I mean, it's amazing. Think about that.
Oh, I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
Wrong.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's one you didn't predict at the beginning.
No, I don't think anyone did though.
I picked them as a sleeper.
I mean,
not as the winner.
Not as a winner, but
I picked them as my wild card.
I mean, but that's just amazing. That's just amazing. And then the next game that was pretty much ended up being a shootout, although we did have some injuries in this one as well. Chicago and the Redskins. Now, Redskins, we've been talking about them and kind of hitting up RG3 a number of times saying, are you going to play today? Are you not going to play? Are you going to run? You can't run. You're scared. Don't play. Don't run the ball. Get out of the bounds. And now they put up some serious points, both sides no less. Jay Cutler goes out of the game. Lance Briggs goes out of the game, sadly, for the Chicago Bears. So they're going to be struggling, I feel, after this. But the Redskins, are they making a move? Is RG3 getting more confident?
I think he's healthy. And I said once he's healthy, he'll be the dynamic player he was.
Right.
I think he's there. You can see it when he runs.
Yeah.
He has no tendency to take it easy on that knee.
Right.
So.
Right. Seems like more confidence.
Well, the problem is it's like he sets himself up kind of as a target. He made the kind of the stupid comment that he tries to bait defenders into hitting him just before he goes out of bounds. Well, you're going to kind of tell everybody your secret. That's not smart.
No.
So I
don't show your card hand.
Yeah, I
have a straight flush.
I still question his intelligence. He's not as smart as Russell Wilson.
Right.
He's maybe a little bit more athletic than Russell Wilson, but if you give me a choice between those two, I'll take Russell Wilson.
Yes.
But I'll take luck first. But
you took the two.
Well, no, but between those two,
yes.
RG3 to me, he's going to have one of those careers where it's going to be what if. What if he could have stayed healthy? What if he'd have kept his mouth shut? What if he would have kept,
So what are you saying? Maybe like a Gale Sayers is what you're saying.
He could end up, I don't think he'll have a Hall of Fame career. I don't. I think that he will have a short career. It will be dynamic when he's healthy. And we're not going to get to see a great player play for a while.
Maybe not Gale Sayers, but maybe like a Bo Jackson.
Yeah, and Bo Jackson was an amazing football player.
So maybe something like that. Then we'll see. Right?
Yeah,
you see these shines of these moments of brilliance, but then all of a sudden it's going to be devastating. He's going to face a linebacker that's not going to say, "Oh, you're sliding." No, you're not. Boom, and you're done.
He is. I mean, he's going to bait a lineman into. He's going to bait somebody really, really big, really, really strong into taking one shot out of bounds. Going, look, we're up by 15 points. It's only 5 minutes left. I think I'll hit you out of bounds just to see how you take it.
And there you go.
It's not smart to bait men who are paid to hit you harder.
That's true.
Not really smart.
I agree. Now, is the Redskins, are they for real? Are they making a comeback here?
I don't think the defense is good enough.
I mean, no.
I mean, you gave up how many points to the Bears?
They gave Bears backup quarterback.
40 some odd points there.
Josh McCown. So, I mean, you're talking 41 points.
41 points, yeah.
That's big. That defense is horrible. It's basically the same team as last year, but that division is still weak enough. You can win it. They're only one game out.
They're only one game out. That's impressive.
Or are they two? What are they? I don't know. But they're close.
Yeah. Everyone's close.
Everybody's close except the Giants. They're 4 games out.
Then you have Pats and Jets. Now, the Jets kind of win on a controversial new penalty. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but it was where the lineman, you can't push and kind of be like a train, so to speak, to push the other lineman to block a field goal. Yeah. Now, but the Jets still win. I mean, the bottom line is a win's a win. You win, you win. The Jets win it. They beat the Pats. What does that tell us about the Patriots and their current record? And how are they looking
They got Gronk back. That was supposed to, everybody was just waiting for that moment when they got Gronk back. That was supposed to heal Brady's throwing woes.
Yeah.
It didn't.
No.
He still threw like 9 balls to him. He caught it for like over 100 yards.
Right.
But I saw Tom Brady miss passes badly. I mean, he looked like he was trying to channel Tim Tebow because he was throwing balls like way over their heads, way out of bounds, and I'm going, that is not Tom Brady. It's just not. I don't know if maybe his bad receivers and this bad offense that he's in right now has kind of gotten into his head
a little bit. It might have.
He's one of the all-time best quarterbacks, and he looked bad.
Yeah.
I mean, on the eye test, just watching him, and I'm not a professional quarterback coach or anything, but even I'm going, Tom Brady does not throw balls that are 15 feet away from his wide receivers out of bounds. He just doesn't do it.
Right. You don't expect that from him at all.
No, and I'm just sitting there going, wow, he really watched Tebow way too much in practice while he was on that team.
Don't bring Tebow into camp.
Don't bring Tebow into camp. I think that's why Denver got rid of Tebow, because they didn't want to spoil Manning.
I think you're right on definitely the aspect of Brady. That confidence is shaken. I mean, it is shaken. For him to come out of a game and not have a touchdown pass, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Tom Brady to not have a touchdown pass, like, that is amazing to me. But
he had 52 in a row?
Yeah.
52 in a row. 2 out of the last 3 games, he hasn't even had 1.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. All right, we're going to talk about the next subject is surprise players. Now, are they performing, not performing? Kind of some of the ones that are not making the grade, so to speak, and maybe some of the ones that are. Ralph, what do you got on that?
All right.
Is Russell Wilson in there?
No, Russell Wilson is not.
Of course not.
This is a Russell Wilson free topic.
That's a first for him.
All right. Bigger surprise. Phillip Rivers is your number 2 rated quarterback in the league at 111.1. Or Tom Brady is your number 26 quarterback in the league with a rating of 75.3. What's your bigger surprise there, guys?
That is for me, the surprise that Phillip Rivers is up there. I mean, seriously, the Chargers wideouts, you've never really known any for the last 5 years besides Vincent Jackson or Antonio Gates. That's all you've known over there. So that man getting that kind of rating and having no real wideouts is really impressive to me.
What's impressive is they lose every other week.
But on top of that, they don't win consistently. Chargers, you need to figure it out.
The number 2 rated quarterback is on a team that is 4-3, and it does not look impressive very often.
No.
And his receivers are what? Malcolm Floyd, Eddie Royal, and Antonio Gates at the end of his career.
And the beer guy. Yeah. And that's his wideout, so it's amazing. It's amazing.
My choice was Tom Brady just because you've never seen Tom Brady, like you said, play this bad.
You've never seen him struggle this
I know,
bad.
but I'm just
Ever.
I'm so shocked that Phillip Rivers is the second. That still blows my mind. I can't fathom that. And look at the 2 other quarterbacks he's in the league, came into the league with, Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning. They're nowhere up there either, they're the ones with rings.
Yeah, they're the ones with rings. That's amazing.
And Tom Brady, number 26, has a lot of rings.
Gosh.
Obviously, that doesn't mean you get to be a highly rated quarterback in the NFL.
At least not this year.
This year.
2013 is turning out to be a real jinx. Maybe the 20 is gone. It's just 13.
The 13 is staying. Yeah, I know. I hear you.
We're close to Halloween, all this stuff. Wow, this is all kind of spooky.
What else we got?
All right, next up, running backs. Chris Johnson as your number 16 rated ranked running back in yards, 366 yards. Or Darren McFadden, who is injury-free this year. That's your number 29 spot with 267 yards total for the year.
For me, because I picked Chris Johnson in my league in fantasy football, because I really thought that seeing him, I really thought they had a better chance. You know, they had a rough year last year. I thought he was going to come out swinging, and 366. I mean, they pay him a lot more money to get those kind of yards. By week 7, no less. I mean, that's pretty.
That's bad.
That's pretty bad. I mean, that's.
Well, and here,
what is that? 50 yards a game. 50 yards a game. That's it.
That's basically what, 1 yard for every million per game.
Why would you want to take that punishment? I can only imagine running through that line, and it feels like a bunch of bats are hitting you, and you 50 yards a game.
And you have to think about Chris Johnson. Last year, towards the end of the year, he started to play really well.
He started to come on.
And I thought, the old Chris Johnson is back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought too.
And when Jake Locker went down, at the first few games of the season, Chris Johnson wasn't too bad, but as soon as Locker went down, and they brought in Fitzpatrick, it looked like he went back down again. So
it's kind of interesting.
It's weird that Jake Locker is affecting his career. That's another 13 thing I'm thinking.
Wow.
Jake Locker is affecting his career.
That is amazing.
But, I mean, Darren McFadden, he every time he's been healthy, he plays really, really well. This year, he is not. Terrell Pryor, I think, probably has more rushing yards than McFadden.
You probably are right. Now, I mean, with McFadden though, is he starting to feel the bruising? Is that what you think, Rolf?
I have no idea what's going on with him.
I mean,
but that's my choice for the bigger surprise, Darren McFadden. He's a great athlete. He's always been a great runner when he's been healthy.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why. The Raiders are playing well.
Yeah.
They're not like the and whatever Raiders have passed.
Right.
Yeah, they're playing better. They are staying in games.
But he's not. I don't get it.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Boggles my mind. All right, next up we have the wide receivers. Bigger surprise, Torrey Smith as your number 1 wide receiver in the league with 629 yards, or Larry Fitzgerald at your number 30 spot with 422 yards.
We can't make this up, just mind you. Torrey Smith with the Ravens, 629 yards, number 1. That tells me he is a fly route receiver. That's what it tells me. That tells me when the Joe Flacco gets in there and it's time for Smith, it's like Smith fly route on 1, ready, break. And that's what it is. Because that's the only way.
As a defender, you should know that.
Well, I know. You should just set it up and be like, it's a fly route. Safety, get back here and help me out with this. Because this guy's a speedster.
He's going into the huddle and he's just going, I don't have a play. Torrey Smith, go long.
Pretty much.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's like Rice is back there going, you can hand me the ball. No.
No.
It's like he leads the league in yardage and he has like 8 catches. So I mean,
probably he ran down and ran back again.
Yeah. It's like Torrey Smith is the most tired wide receiver because he runs a lot of just out there. I can't get to the ball.
Oh my gosh, seriously, that's ridiculous.
And I mean, for Larry Fitzgerald, I feel for you. If you're an Arizona car, I feel for Larry Fitzgerald, one of the best, classiest wide receivers ever.
It's so sad to see that.
And he's just wasting away. His career numbers are not going to be what they should be.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they get a quarterback. I mean, they have to get...
I say trade him to the Broncos.
He's not coming to the Broncos.
Trade him to the Broncos. I will give you Ronnie Hillman for Larry Fitzgerald.
Straight up.
Straight up. I don't even... I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a 7th round pick.
That was a great topic, man.
I think my bigger surprise there was Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald, you can understand with Carson Palmer as your quarterback.
Oh my gosh.
It's just nothing.
I'm
surprised with the game manager Joe Flacco as Torrey Smith's quarterback that he's leading the league.
Yeah, he's leading the league. I know. Seriously,
every once in a while, a game manager likes to feel like a badass and just throw that ball down the field as far as he can.
And there you go.
And luckily, Torrey Smith catches those balls.
There you go.
Every once in a while, he sits there and goes, "Look, I'm Dan Marino."
And that's it. Yeah.
And that one time, and that's it.
That's it.
The rest of the time, it's like, Joe, stop that.
Right.
You are not that quarterback.
That is terrible. Now we want to talk about the next topic: winners or losers. What teams are going to stay on the winning track, or maybe what teams are possibly going to be on the losing track, or which teams we just can't even figure it out.
We can't
because the schedules and because the games that you win and lose, we have no idea what the team is doing. So, Randy, let's talk about the first team on your list. What do you got? First team.
Okay, these are teams that if you're picking office pools, you hate these teams because you don't know which one of it is it the good one.
If you're in the
or
office pool and you're still in the running to win, you're doing really well by week 7.
But you're just. These are teams that you dread having to pick them, like the New York Jets.
Oh, my God.
The New York Jets have some good wins this year. They beat Atlanta, they beat New England, but they have terrible losses to Tennessee and Pittsburgh. And you're just thinking to yourself, which Jets team is going to show up? I picked New England to win because I thought the bad Jets team would show up.
Right, and then you have the Patriots lose, obviously by the call, but Jets 4-3. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
They're only 1 game behind the Patriots. I mean,
and it just boggles my mind. The Miami Dolphins, another team. This team, I actually predicted this a little while ago.
You did, because they were on a 3-0.
They were 3-0,
They were 3-0.
and I said that team will take a major plunge into, and they will be lucky to win 6.
Okay.
They've lost 3 in a row.
They lost 3 in a row.
And they've lost to New Orleans, Baltimore, and Buffalo.
And Buffalo.
But they have wins over Atlanta and Indianapolis. They beat Indianapolis.
I know.
We couldn't beat
in Indianapolis, and we couldn't beat them.
We should have called them.
We couldn't stop Mathis. Obviously, Tannehill was more aware of where Mathis was on the field at all times.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
The Cleveland Browns are another one of these teams that kind of, I don't know what to think. They have a good win over the Cincinnati Bengals. When Brian Hoyer was in there, this team was very good. But obviously, every loss that they've had, Brandon Wheaton has been at the helm.
Yeah, I think it's time to move from Weed. I personally just look at this team, how it operates, how he functions out there. He functions like he's scared. I mean, literally, Whedon gets in there, and then it's like a 5-yard pass, and he fires that ball like 100 miles an hour. Like, this ain't baseball. I know you played baseball, but this isn't baseball. You gotta get that ball into the receiver's hands. Yes, you gotta do it quickly, but you can't do it with like a freaking cannon and expect him to catch it with, I mean, I don't know. I just see him play, and he looks scared, and he fires, and he just doesn't read. He doesn't read the defense at all.
I think the answer for quarterback at them may be Brady Quinn. Is that one passed?
You never know.
Maybe Matt Flynn. Is he still available?
What a terrible draft. Anyway, okay. Next team.
Okay, the Baltimore Ravens.
The Ravens.
The Ravens. This is a Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl champs.
3-4. 3-4. They have victories over the Dolphins. They've beaten the Texans. I'm sorry, I just don't believe in that team. And the Browns. But they've lost to Denver. Understandable.
Yep.
Green Bay. Understandable.
Yep.
Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
This is the Super Bowl champions. You lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had one victory, and you lost to the Buffalo Bills that have backup quarterbacks playing at all times.
I know something that Pittsburgh's not used to right now, but they're starting to get used to it. Is that they're on a win streak?
Yeah,
they won 2 games straight.
2 in a row.
It
Pittsburgh
is amazing.
fans.
But
all those people that committed suicide in Pittsburgh, I bet you're sorry now.
But the way they've
really
done it,
dumb.
and the way they beat the Ravens was pretty much smash mouth football. It wasn't a high scoring game, very low scoring game. Smash mouth football. Are we seeing the Ravens pretty much break down from Ray Lewis going away, Ed Reed going away? Are we starting to see a breakdown there from the Ravens?
Maybe it's a lack of leadership.
I
don't see Joe Flacco being your leader.
Right.
You're saying that the game manager is not the leader of the team? How is that possible?
I don't know. That's possible.
Was Trent Dilfer was the leader? I thought Trent Dilfer was an awesome leader.
So they're missing probably leadership.
They have no leadership.
Okay.
Suggs has even said, Suggs is the guy they would look to, but he's even said, I don't want to be a leader. Yeah. So it's like when you got one of your main players that doesn't want to do it.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Sorry, bye.
Yep.
San Diego Chargers. They're the biggest offender on this. I mean, for a while there, they were going win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's like, really? Are you that inconsistent?
Right.
They have good victories over Dallas, Indianapolis, and Philadelphia. But then they've lost to Houston, Tennessee, and Oakland.
Right.
Because it was the off week.
Well, see, this is what happens is they lost the first week and we got to get it together.
It's
then they win, and like, oh, we're good. Oh, then we
Wait, we can't be too good. We got to keep everyone on their toes. Not exactly a division you want to keep people on their toes, considering you got the Chiefs, Broncos, and you're in it.
It's like, and here we go. It's like when they get into the playoffs, they're going to lose just before the playoff game, and they'll win their first one, but they're going to lose their second. So I don't know if this is a Super Bowl winning formula. Every other week you lose.
Well, I mean, obviously, surprise, Rivers, best quarterback rating, so I mean, they're doing something right. I mean,
second best quarterback on the team. I don't know where you would rank them. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're up and down.
They're the best team on this list with the Jets.
Yeah.
Then we have the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, they were supposed to be improved. Then they started really bad, 0-2, lost some brutal games.
Oh, yeah.
And their wins are only against the Giants, Minnesota, and St. Louis. Combined 4 victories, but they've beaten them.
Yeah.
But they've lost to Seattle, Buffalo, and Arizona.
Okay, you keep mentioning
how's Buffalo. Buffalo's beating all these teams.
Not San Diego. Nobody, and that's the thing. Within 7 weeks, the first 7 weeks of the season, 5 of these teams have faced Buffalo. So obviously, you do not want them on your schedule. Because it does you no good, because it just makes you inconsistent, because that's maybe another team should have been on here. Which Buffalo team is going to show up? The one that beats these teams or the one that loses to these teams?
Unbelievable. Well, Panthers, on paper they have a lot of upside. Obviously, you have Cam Newton, right? Steve Smith, he's getting older, but he did catch a couple touchdown passes, I believe, in this game. D'Angelo Williams had some breakout runs. What is next for these Panthers? I mean, what else do they need? Do they need something on defense? Do they need a different coach? I mean, what do they need to kind of get them over the hump?
I don't have that answer.
I don't know. I don't know either.
It's like, because that team on paper should be better than it is.
His record shows.
Cam Newton should be one of these elite quarterbacks. He should be one of the up-and-comers, but at times he takes a step back, then he takes a step forward.
Yeah,
he's wildly inconsistent, and that's that. You can't be elite. And be wildly inconsistent.
This is true.
You can be Josh Freeman. if that's what you're striving for.
And we'll see what happens with Josh Freeman tonight, starting for the Minnesota Vikings right behind us here. Well, that's it for week 7 of Offsides. We'll be back for week 8 talking about some more NFL action, and I'm very curious to hear about some of the trades that have been getting passed around. Gordon from the Browns possibly leaving. We even heard about the starting running back for the Cowboys possibly leaving and being trade bait as well. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Packers need to trade for some wide receivers.
And that could happen too. We'll catch you guys next week on Offsides. We're out.